Hello. Hello? Can anybody, can you all hear me? Welcome back to my show. I'm Jerry Trashcan, it's Friday evening, and I'm joined once again by my only friend. Oh, she's not here. Mimsy's not here. She went out to lunch, so it's still lunchtime, in Mimsy land. Still lunchtime in Mimsy zone. She likes a lunch, you know? What am I gonna say? You know, she likes a lunch. She'll be back. I mean, it's not just a lunch, it's a lunch, and, I think she, did I goblinize? I can't see myself so well. I can't see myself at all. I don't know what I look like. Did I goblinize? Did I goblinize in like the 2 minutes? Did I goblinize in like the 2 minutes? Vinny 1904 says some gray hair finally showing up. Hey man, I'm 43 years old. I've had gray hairs since I was like 25. Like, let's not use the word finally. You don't goddarn know me. Like, no offense, you know. Trust me, I know how old I am. I know how long every single biological situation in my life has been going on, okay? Trust me. Trust me. I have a pretty good handle on where and how everything's been going, how it is. Yeah, I mean, I got him. I look good today. I don't know about that. I really don't like this stupid microphone phone arm. Look how it just kind of takes up 99% of the frame. Hello, like that. Still haven't shaved. It's been a month since I've shaved because I swear this microphone, I had it on here better. It's been a month since I shaved because I was told not to shave by a doctor. I had a little bit of I had a medical procedure performed, and they told me not to shave or put sunscreen on my face. Among many, a laundry list of things. First of all, what is a laundry list? Really? Who makes a list of their laundry, right? You list everything that's in there? Do you? Do I grow facial hair slowly? No, it's just I don't really have that much. It's the number of follicles. I grow it at what I think is probably a pretty decent speed. I've actually trimmed this with a pair of scissors, but I'm not going to shave it off. I've trimmed it with a pair of scissors, but yeah. I don't keep track of my socks. When I do the laundry. I just do the laundry. I keep track of my shoes, though. Make sure they don't get stolen off my feet. Or whilst I'm out there. I have no idea what video game to play today. There are many possibilities, many video games I could play. I'm not going to play the Live Alive, because, as far as I'm concerned, it's not out yet. It's running at something like, what, like 12, 20 FPS on the Nintendo Switch. 12 FPS, something like that. I am not gonna do what I did with Bravely Default 2, which was plunk 48 hours into it, and then right around the time I start to lose steam, it's out on Steam. It's 120 FPS on Steam, and I'm just like, I feel like I got ripped off so hard by that game. Octopath Traveler, same thing. Put 36 hours in there. Feeling like this game's pretty cool, and then it's like, oh, it's on Steam now, by the way. You can have it running at 1080 240 if you want. It's like, man, god dang it. I mean, they have not confirmed that HD 2D Live Alive is going to come out on Steam, but these things do. They always do. Triangle Strategy's not out yet. It will be. It's going to be out on Steam. I didn't buy Triangle Strategy. I love Art Dink. I love Lagnicure. I love Lagnicure Legend. Tactics Ogre. When Art Dink dips their toes into the strategy genre, the pool gets hot, you know? So I'm ready for Triangle Strategy. I'm sure it's got a whole bunch of understated little mechanical implementations in there that are different and fun. What's the best Art Dink game? Not answering that question tonight. Sorry. Can't do it. Can't do it. We'll answer that question some other time. So yeah, I'm not playing Live Alive, or Live a Life. I would rather just live a life than play Live Alive, if you know what I mean. So I'm not going to play that one. I see a lot of people talking about, whereas Live Alive, Octopath and Triangle Strategy are new games, whereas Live Alive was an SNES game. Would that potentially keep it from other platforms? No. It'll be on everything. Trust me. Final Fantasy V was a Super Nintendo game, and it came out on the god-darned iPhone with horrible art. They'll make sure. They will absolutely make sure it works. Will I answer the "what's that on the buffet over there" question? No, because it's up for you all to find out. Actually, already somebody got it, so somebody confirmed it to me earlier. So somebody did get it. A goblin reached out and informed me that it will. Somebody says my mic is off. Then turn your sound on, dude. You know. Consider all of the angles of user error. Consider all the possibilities for user error, and that before you submit technical unsolicited technical support to a game. Just let me know. Just can't see me. You got to make sure you're viewing the video and not chat only. I'm not gonna play no Harvest Moon. No, we're not gonna do that. Not playing Live Alive. No, not playing Stray, because I'm gonna tell you what. I don't like cats. I just don't like them. It's nothing. I get nothing out of looking at a cat. So the charm of that is completely lost on me. Just I've got no. You know, if you like cats, that's cool. I am so triumphantly bored by cats. Grew up in a house with cats. They did nothing for me. I wanted a dog constantly. But we didn't get a dog because my brother was allergic to dogs. Interestingly, though, he actually wasn't allergic to dogs. There was... I was smart enough at age 6 to know he's not allergic to dogs. Where's the dog he's allergic to? Where is it? You know, I knew he wasn't allergic to dogs. They just said he was allergic to dogs because they didn't want us to have a dog. We begged for dogs. And they said, oh, you're allergic to dogs, to my brother. And then they got cats. And lordy, I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to cats like a god-darn house on fire. So, there's that, which is interesting. And then also, it's just... I mean, I hate to sound mean, but cats just don't have enough variance, you know? They all generally kind of look like, you know, if they're like the MacBook Pro of pets. I mean, I say that as I have a MacBook Pro. Whereas a dog is like more like a custom PC, you know? You go get yourself a mutt dog at the pound, which they call the Humane Society now. Can't even call it the pound anymore. You know, I have a MacBook Pro. I understand what's good about MacBook Pros. I configured this one quite, you know, out the wazoo, as it were. You know, I configured the heck out of it. I know exactly what you know, I got a good one. It's just you're guaranteed a good one when you get a MacBook Pro. Whereas with the dog, you ain't guaranteed nothing. I got the M1 Max in here. So it's, what do you call it? It's, It's a very, very good MacBook Pro that has, I use it for field work. I mentioned buying it on Twitter. One of the reasons I stopped using Twitter was tweets such as the one where I tweeted, I got a MacBook Pro so I can do a little video editing on the road. And some guy replied with a completely deranged, like 8-tweet rant. He like quote tweeted me. And it was like this, and uses like a weird slur that doesn't even apply to any of the groups I inhabit. It's like this blank is out here talking about video editing on a MacBook Pro. No. You cannot do video editing on a MacBook Pro. Ask people in TV. They will tell you cannot do video editing on a MacBook Pro. Ask people in film. They will tell you. MacBook Pros, no, not for video editing. You can't do any video editing at all on a laptop. To do serious video editing, you need a workstation. I'm like, man, I log my footage. I do logging, and I like generate proxies in hotel rooms and stuff. Like, I know exactly what tasks I can perform on this thing. I'm not making a Hollywood film over here. I'm doing very light tasks, especially because I know what sorts of tasks I'm going to do in a hotel room. And I know they're not the bulky tasks that I do right over there on that big boy. Okay. And also, yeah, I could probably edit one of my videos on this thing if I absolutely had to. Definitely could. I'm going to be editing a little bit of a something on this, and a little bit of a road situation fairly soon. It's just whatever it is. Yeah, people really love tool shaming a person. They really love doing that. Trying to tell somebody their tools aren't correct. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 review. Get out of town. Come on, don't come in here and tell me what to review. The reviews are set in stone, okay? I don't want to spoil anything. There's like 30 of them in a row are set in stone. You can't sway me anyway. I don't, I'm not some goddarn video of the day YouTuber who reviews goddarned everything, All due respect to those people. That's a very difficult job, but I mean, come on. I'm not going to just review goddarn everything. Where is the significance in Xenoblade Chronicles 3? I'm going to have a real good time playing it because I'm an idiot. I'm a huge idiot. I'm going to have a really good time playing it. It's just, what could I possibly say about it? It's got good geometry. I did a video about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where I talk about the geometry being good, Geometry's good. Dave's got boobs in that one. In Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Dave's got them. Can somebody confirm? Dave's got? Okay, so not like 2? Okay. Not like 2? Dave's no games with boobs, so that's why Xenoblade Chronicles 2 top of the charts. 10 out of 10. The only game I can think of that's done got them in there. They've got like thongs and they've got like inguinals in there as well, don't they? V-bones. The feminine version of the Adonis belt. The game's cranked with those, isn't it? They got all sorts of lady bone angles, just meticulously manipulated by master crafts people. Just modeled in AutoCAD. Is that how it is? Is that what they got? Yeah, it's because some of those girls was precise in Z-Blade 2, dude. They were precise. It still feels weird for me to call it Xenoblade Chronicles. The game came out 12, 13 years ago on Nintendo Wii in Japan, and I didn't even really play it. I bought it because, again, I'm a dope. I'm a baby. I'm gonna buy a big JRPG. So anyway, I've been calling it Xenoblade in my head forever. They insist on adding Chronicles to the US English title. I still am calling it Xenoblade. I feel like, you could reduce the fractions here, right? Xenoblade is not a series. It's also not a dictionary word. Appending a dictionary word to it is, for the sake of making a longer title, it's tasteless, I would say. It is a heartless marketing maneuver. I do not understand the core drive of that idea. I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, I do understand it. It's just I don't like it. Let's minimize our usage of the phrase "I don't understand," because I do understand. I understand why they did it. I understand. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Somebody asks, many months ago, I asked, do you like Kirby? And I told you Kirby's okay. Kirby's great, actually. I make fun of Kirby sometimes. Kirby's great. Whatever. Do I like Morrowind? So the answer to that question appears screen-spanningly at some point during my Cyberpunk 2077 review. So, somebody can perhaps answer that for you a little better than me. Though I do have a simple two-word opinion about Morrowind. And one of those two words is Morrowind. And one of the other words is a verb. So, Picross, not a big Picross fan. Not a big Picross fan. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of, Picross just seems very perfunctory in terms of puzzle stuff. Here's a puzzle and it's a puzzle about solving puzzles. Right? It's a little weird. Right? Let's see if Mimsy's back. No, she's not. Do y'all like my jeans? My big boy pants? I still didn't fix this camera angle. I still have, look like I have a case of a severe physician requiring goblinitis. My torso is just kind of... It really looks like these are, Muppet legs. This is a bad camera angle. Here, looks a little better. So I've got good jeans. I'm actually, I had an idea. We're in the middle of doing a little renovation in this house because it's goddamn needed it since about 1972. And, one of the next step is I gotta trash these closet doors. I gotta get the closet door taken off and thrown in the trash. So if you're my doorman, Ray, who I was talking to earlier today, I told him to check out the stream on his phone. If you're downstairs right now and you're listening to this, I forgot to ask you about this earlier. Would you like to, could you help me with these doors? Can I just throw them in the trash? I mean, they're huge and they're heavy. I hate them. Huge, heavy, hate. Do I just put, when all the garbage is out on the sidewalk? Can I just throw them on the pile of garbage bags? Is that that's Thursday, right? Let me know next time you see me. Probably be down there as soon as the stream is over to walk my dog, little Bibithy. Your apartment took all your doors, and you asked what was the situation there? Did you say I want to get rid of these doors, and they just came and got them? They're like, ooh, we could use those. Yeah, I feel like maybe somewhere in this apartment, because the closets we have are, I believe, standard for this whole building. When the building was built, and I know lots and lots and lots of units here have been renovated. Because you'd be nuts to not renovate your apartment in this building, because the pre-installed stuff is pretty atrocious. It's pretty bad, So that's no good. But yeah, the doors are also the floor is uneven and the ceiling is uneven above the, you know, so it's a real slapdash somebody's nephew, find out whose cousin you are sort of job was done here to build this apartment building to outfit these units. So it's there's just a huge yeah, I mean, I want to get the closet doors off because they keep falling out of the runner in the ceiling. I want to take the closet doors off. I want to take the runners off, and then, you know, think about getting some shelves installed and such in there. Our closets are clown closets. They're funhouse closets. The shelf is too low. You walk in, the shelf is like right here at like chest height, and then there's a bar under it with the coats. If I'm gonna buy myself like a nice detective trench coat, how am I gonna hang that up in there? First of all, I would never buy a detective trench coat. Though if I did, it'd be just dragging on the floor. The shelf should not, like a human toddler should not be able to stand on top of the shelf without having to crouch a little bit, right? So yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it. So I definitely need to get these closets renovated, get these doors out of here. Get the doors out first, renovate the closets after, and then I'm going to purchase a dresser, and a nightstand, and a bed. Basically need a whole house's worth. What you're seeing right here is just completely constructed. There is still nothing over here. There's just nothing this way. It's just completely empty and full of trash and boxes. There's basically no furniture. I've just put this here so that the camera can point at it and it looks like people live here. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. All the games back there, it's like those, I don't even play these games, man. I've got them all digitally, just to, you know, pirated, hacked in here. We could play a video game tonight, though. Would you all like to, see some kind of a video game? What video game console would you like me to play a video game on? What do you think? I mean, I got everything here. I got literally everything. Okay, so Sega Saturn and Sega Dreamcast we can't do right now because they, I'm missing a cable. I'm not missing a cable. It's very, PlayStation 2. TurboGrafx, PS2. Do votes for PS2. I don't know when the PS1 digital is going to be in stock. I need a PS2 digital, dude. I know they're still working on it. Xbox, GameCube, Live. No, not playing Live Alive. No. Not playing Live Alive until I can play it at 4K, 120 FPS. Game Boy Advance. I do have every Game Boy Advance game playable. I actually have a... What do you call it? I actually have one of these. Dial these numbers. I got one of these recently. Somebody had too many of them, and you know, my cameraman Ryan Taylor. He's not the cameraman here in this house. He's the cameraman for the videos. He managed to get an extra one of these, and he sold it to me at cost. I've got this EverDrive in there, straight from the Ukraine, you know, all the way here to New York City. You can play games on this. What do you think? Is this what we want? I got every GBA game ever in here. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Start me up. A little dusty. It's actually really fun to have all of these. Okay, what do we got? Oh, I know what to do. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, this is good. Yeah! Yes! Oh, yeah! Oh! What do y'all think of this? You see this? Not bad, huh? All right, let's get in here. Oh, yeah, Jerry Trash Can's back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off, though, because it's too much fun. Yeah, I think the screen's a little too small on that thing. I kind of like the Game Boy Advance. They should do an Analog Pocket Advance, I believe, is what I would rather have. Oh, do you all want to see something else? I'll show you something else. Hang on. I got a new pair of shoes today. I've worn Asics Gel Kayano running shoes. I bought a new pair. Let's go ahead and just hold on. I've worn Asics Gel Kayano running shoes for about 18 years. I buy a new pair every year. They're the best shoes. They're my favorite shoes. Don't tell the guys at the Alden store on Madison Avenue that I said the Asics shoes are my favorite shoes. They're the best shoes. They're not super attractive looking. They're kind of ugly, but I mean these are like my taking out the trash, walking the dog shoes. They're not my man a boot tune shoes, as it were. They're just kind of my normal ones. So I have, for the last 18 goddarn years, worn these as a runner, and I still purchase a new pair just about every year because, you know, shoes don't last. Bittersweetly lately, what with the lung illness precluding my cherished pastime of running, I purchased them still. So I bought a new pair because this pair is pretty well worn down. And for 18 years, I have been begging the Asics Corporation, begging them with my mind. If you didn't know, Nike got started as an Asics reseller. Did you know this? Like an Asics importer. So a little fun fact is that marathon runner, hobbyist marathon runners in Japan will never they will make sure you never forget that Nike got started as an Asics reseller, and Asics, the Japanese running shoe, the pride of Japan and Japan's running community, Asics. As a Japanese product, they were very easy to get in Japan. So I love these. I ran intermittently with, depending on the length of the run or on a treadmill or inside, I had a pair of Adidas ultra light marathon running shoes that I ran with, these CS3s that I ran with. I had several pairs of those, and they were the best for running extremely long distances. I had a pair of New Balance 991s that I ran with on treadmills, and I also did all my weightlifting exercise that I would do at the gym when I was training pretty seriously for marathons. So my New Balance 991s, and I had my Asics for every single like big run that I did. I had these. Every single marathon, every single race, I had a pair of these. Obviously you don't wear a brand new pair of shoes when you're running a marathon. You break them in, etc., etc. But I made sure they you get them to keep some grip on there. You'll see the soles on these are pretty flat, even though I don't really run anymore. Again, extreme, goddarn lung problems. I think I mentioned playing Bravely Default 48 hours last year. It's because I was in the hospital with a goddarn blood clot in my jugular vein, getting intravenous blood thinners enough to turn a horse into a pony, if you know what I mean. So that's what happened. My horse got turned into a pony, and thank everything for my being alive. Though I would appreciate it if the ENT I have to see every 6 weeks to get checkups on the tonsil whose infection caused the infection of the jugular vein. I'd appreciate it if they stopped telling me that they do take my insurance, when really they don't, because getting the surprise bill, I don't know how it still surprises me every time. You know, I expect a different result, right? Right? I don't know. What was I talking about? I was talking about running. So, you know, I like these shoes, these Asics Gel Kyanos. Yeah, so you break them in just a little bit, keep enough grip. Haven't been running much, because of my messed up shoes, but they still somehow, even just casual walking, less than 100, no, more than 100 miles on these shoes, but there's, you know, it's just casual, normal walking over the course of a year is enough to kind of beat them up. A year, you know, I mean, you'll be lucky if you know, you can run 500 miles in them before they completely fall apart, you know. So, it's force of habit more than anything else. I was in the market for a new pair of Asics shoes, and I have been begging the Asics Corporation, again, begging with my mind, all this time, this whole 18 years, all I've ever wanted is a triple black pair of Asics Gel Kyanos. And, well, in the wide sizes, I wear a 12 wide. Well, this year they done did it. They made a triple black. It's all black everything. Black sole, black interior, black upper part, just black midsole. Everything's black. It's all I've ever wanted. You know, and they're not even, you know, I've got a very, very bright light on in here, so you can kind of see the gleam on the logo. Triple black, baby. Triple black. Brand new. Grippy as heck. Ain't even touched the floor yet. You know? Very good. They've added a little extra cushioning right up in here. And it's, you know, the center part is, yeah, I don't know, it looks a little less low. It looks like there's a little bit more of a scoop here, you know, so it's, you know, I mean, it's, you know, because you end up with this part kind of hitting the ground after a while. This part ends up being on the ground at a certain point. This is where the gel is, and this is where you get your little carbon fiber arch support. Beautiful shoe. Just a very, very noble shoe, and now I get to wear one that is as close to logo-free as we're probably ever going to get from a major shoe manufacturer. This is about as close to a plain old regular no-logo shoe. And that's, I don't really mind the Asics logo, as it were, so much, because it originally, I believe it was like originally just sort of the pattern of the upper support structure was designed to keep the shoe lightweight while letting you run. I know a lot about shoes. I don't particularly know that about these shoes, but yeah, I'm ready to wear these as my new airport shoes or whatnot. You know, you fit 2 whole shoes in this baby, is what I say about this shoebox. Did everybody enjoy the shoe chat? Have any more shoe questions? Let's take it and open up the floor to the shoe questions. I can't, it's completely, it's the chat from 15 minutes ago. So it does not refresh until I refresh it, which I find very obnoxious. Twitch, you gotta do something about that. Have I ever swapped out the stock laces for new ones? No, not on the Asics gels. I very much like the laces that they come with. They have very nice ones. However, I have swapped out my Alden 405's boots. I did go with cord laces because I find that they come untied almost never, whereas the stock Alden laces and the waxed cotton ones I replaced them with, which were also, you know, the they were the Alden approved laces. They also kind of somehow jostled their way out of the speed hooks every now and again. So yeah. Did I ever try those toe shoes, the Vibram 5 Fingers? No. Would I ever use a gel shoe insert? No. The key is to get a shoe that's good. We already wear socks with our shoes, you know? We had to invent socks. So difficult was footwear, you know? Such a challenge to designers was footwear that we had to invent socks, and we still can barely break free of them. I bought a nice pair of loafers just because I've always wanted to own a nice pair of loafers, unlined loafers, just so I can wear them without socks and not feel like I'm wearing flip-flops. And a nice pair of suede loafers is incredible. Incredible to wear. Just a lovely thing to wear. Have I tried other ASICS models? Yes, I tried every single ASICS model. And the Gel Kayano is the one for me. So, I took running very, 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 very seriously for a while. I took cycling very seriously as well, which leads to the hat that I wear to this day. So that's I took all this stuff fairly seriously. And yeah, I really, really like laser focused on trying to find the correct running shoe. So like days where I was doing more, where I planned to do a lot of weight training or whatever, I would wear the New Balance 991s. We didn't have Hoka's or Brooks or any of that back when I started in on this journey in 1997 or so. So I didn't have any of this stuff. I don't really talk about fitness much. There's perhaps a time, there will perhaps be a time for that later. Those toe shoes, the Vibram 5 Fingers, were an extreme scam. An extreme scam that they sold those to runners. And they tried to, the whole barefoot running thing. The whole barefoot running thing was completely bonkers. That whole fad that they tried to turn into a trend, that thing was completely bonkers. And nobody who was chill took it seriously at all. Those Vibram 5 Fingers shoes were for boats, if I understand correctly. I didn't really look too deeply into it. The most deeply I engaged with the whole Vibram 5 Finger shoes thing was, you know, overhearing some serious runners deride the shoes. So, not even really shoes so much as a sort of flipper. Crocs, you know, I think Crocs are cool. When I went to, when Crocs first came out into the world, it was popular to laugh at them. And then a little company called Vibram started selling people on the 5 Finger shoes, and those made Crocs cool. That's not true. What happened was, you know, I was neutral on Crocs, and then I saw way too many like super hot dudes in Japan wearing Crocs and just pulling them off like 100%. And I was like, you know what? Maybe they're all right. Maybe Crocs are totally all right. Yeah. Oh man, you got a pair of Alden all-weather walkers, Jason MG. Fantastic shoe. I would love to own a bunch of Alden shoes. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a closet. Don't have much of a closet. The Alden laces do break a lot. Yeah, so my first pair of Alden laces that I had on my 405s were on the verge of breaking. They were like on the cusp of breaking. And it turned out one of the eyelets in my shoe had a little, there was a little separation in the back of the eyelet, like where the leather was, and there was like a little sharp piece of metal poking out, and I was able to sand it down with the sander, and it works just fine. I had to file it down. So yeah, but then the lace broke, like the other side of the lace broke, which was very funny. So I don't, but it's higher up than I'd expected it to. So, That's why I switched to the waxed cotton laces. I thought waxed cotton, that's not gonna rip. And then they were just bubbling out of the hooks. Terrible. How thick? So I have socks. I wear Railroad Company socks. If you know Railroad socks, I wear those. They're cheap and they're very good. They're wool boot socks. And then for my shoes, I wear. I actually got a couple more pairs of Asics running socks, the ankle socks. I like those. But for any other sock, it's the wool. The Railroad wool socks are not too thick as well. I have Red Wing socks as well, and they're merino wool too. But I usually wear the Railroad ones 95% of the time. I don't really know why I would wear the Red Wing ones, but I do. I end up wearing them. Yeah, so for let's see, where's the chat is just continuing to go here. Oh, you got a pair of the black on black Asics? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. They're the right ones to get. So they actually had a sort of similar black on black shoe last year, but it was, it had shiny components on it, whereas the new one is all matte. And the fact that, like, Asics, usually every year, I have to get the wide size, because the wide size is what fits me. Every year, the wide Kayanos come in a very limited selection of colors. And they're usually not the coolest, but also not, like, the like, intentionally ugliest either. They're just usually kind of a bland color. Whereas, like, last year's was, again, these black with white and silver. It's like, they're okay. I don't care what they look like, because they're very comfortable. I think Ultra Boosts are also very, very comfortable. I really like the Flyknit upper part. I like the idea of wearing them without socks, but I was never able to wear them without socks, and they didn't fit me as well. And I just think that the Asics Gel Kayano is indisputably, unimpeachably just the most comfortable shoe for me. They're the most, like, if you just want to have a comfortable walk to the supermarket, I leave mine tied, as you can see. I've gotten this is a holdover from my running days. I'm able to put them on with one hand. It's an acquired skill, but it's not bad. Like, they're like my shoe that I've had forever. I love Jordan 1s as well, also because I don't have to tie Jordan 1s. But I think I'm done with Jordan 1s now for maybe the rest of my life. Because I don't know, I was getting some ankle pain, and once I started wearing the Alden 405s every day. The Alden 405s are my daily, like, almost every day shoe now. It's once you start wearing a pair of heritage quality $700 boots that will outlast you, once you start wearing a pair of shoes like that, like, I'm gonna be wearing these shoes for the rest of my life. They're just like the most phenomenally perfect shoe. And people go completely tunnel vision on these Alden shoes, and they'll end up buying like 20 or 30 pairs or whatever. There's these boot YouTubers, and I'm trying to be like, I'm just gonna have this one pair of walking boots, these Aldens. They're yeah. Red Wings, I can't wear the Red Wings. I like the Iron Ranger. I like a lot of the Red Wing boots. I like a lot of the engineer boots are nice. There's a lot of Red Wing boots that I think are nice. It's just I can't wear them. The Iron Rangers are way too narrow for my feet. And the wide variant is also too narrow for my feet. And they end up just kind of looking like clown shoes on me. And it's severe, severe pain. I bought a pair of Red Wings when I was working at an office, and I thought I wanted to always be a boot guy, and I could never afford it. Always wanted a pair of Alden 405s, My salary was not nearly good enough to afford a pair of Alden 405s without completely breaking the bank. And the Christmas presented myself a pair of Red Wing Iron Rangers, in the amber harness leather. I really liked the way that looked. And I couldn't do it. I was in just foot breaking pain. Just awful pain. And the size that was wide enough for my foot was, it was Ronald McDonaldian in length. It was horrible. So I was like, I can't wear these. I just could not do it. I wore those Red Wing Iron Rangers every day. And this is the worst thing that I can confess. Every day for 18 months, I wore those shoes every day. Everywhere I went, every day. People kept saying, you just got to break them in, dude. No, they did not break in at all. And then I realized on my birthday last year that because of all you weirdos, all of you sicko monsters out there, I have more than enough money to treat myself to a pair of the shoes I've wanted since I was like 5 years old, because I saw Indiana Jones wearing them. So I bought them. I bought those shoes, and absolutely comical. So the reason Indiana Jones wears Alden 405s, this is an urban legend that is also confirmed to be true. The costume department had a pair of Red Wing Iron Rangers that he was supposed to wear, because Red Wing Iron Rangers have been around since the 1880s. And Harrison Ford, who had worked as in construction as a carpenter, had owned several pairs of work boots, and he hated Iron Rangers because they hurt his feet. And he wore Alden 405s. Those were like his work boots, which I don't know if they're OSHA certified nowadays, but back in the 1930s they would have been. When Indiana Jones is set, they would have been. And he wore those, and then there it is. Every time you see a paparazzi photo of him, he's still wearing those god-darn boots. The boot community is very upset. The costume department of Indiana Jones was like, you can't wear those. It's got to be the Iron Rangers. They're historically accurate. And he was like, oh, these are too. He said, probably in his Indiana Jones voice. These are too. And then that's it. Yeah, you got weak ankles? Get yourself a pair of really good leather boots. Get shell leather. Even the calfskin I've got. All my ankle pains, all my ankle troubles, absolutely gone. I don't know what happened to my ankles at age 39 for me to think I need to wear a solid boot. I don't know what orthopedically happened. My running form was meticulous, never had a knee problem, never had an ankle problem, except for the time I sprained my ankle and the other time that I twisted my knee. I never had, those are injuries. A problem is like, oh, my knees hurt. Okay, I gotta run. I gotta use the elliptical for a week. The doc says I gotta run on the elliptical. It's like, no, man, no, never had one of those. My form was meticulous. I'm talking 5-minute miles, man. 5-minute mile. Can't run no 5-minute mile anymore. God darn it. I haven't run a 5-minute mile in a very long time. It's been 5 years since I ran a 6-minute mile. So we're in bad territory now as far as life goes. Don't think any of it has anything to do with anything I did. So whoever's fault it is, please let me know. Won't call the cops, but just let me know. Keep in mind that when one runs a 5-minute mile, one does not run a lot of miles. I switched tactics at one point in my life. I was like, I'm going to run marathons. And then I was like, no. I'm going to try to run a 2-mile. I'm gonna work on my 2-mile. And I trained for a 2-mile. And then I went back to marathons again. They say Usain Bolt has never run a mile in his life. You hear this? The man's never run a mile. Not even once in his life has he run a mile. That's beautiful. That's just absolutely awe-inspiring. Someone says that sounds like BS. No, I don't think it's BS. I mean, I do not think it's not true. I do believe, I can believe that. You're not training to run a mile. Like, a mile is not a sprint. Now, when I say he hasn't run a mile, I don't mean cumulatively he has not run a mile. I mean, he has not run one straight mile. He runs backwards, so his miles count as negative. It was the old Ferris Bueller technique. Like he never did it just for fun. I don't know if he would do it for fun. I don't know. If you were a professional runner, fastest man in the world, you'd probably want to unwind with something else, like a hot tub. You know? I mean, I can barely play video games for fun. You know? I'm not even a pro gamer. I'm just a guy who plays video games and says or inane stuff about it. I can barely enjoy myself when playing a video game. I cannot like unwind with a video game because I always have to capture it. And you know, even these minor inconveniences, like I gotta walk very slow. I've gotta, you know, Kazuma Kiryu, he can run. The developers have given him that ability. I'm gonna make sure he, you know, he's got a good strutting animation. And who knows when I'm gonna need 30 seconds of footage of him walking real nice and slow through Kabuki-cho, right? Kamuro-cho. Kabuki-cho's the real place, right? It's like, do I ever wish I didn't have to capture everything? Lord, yeah. I can't though. I've got to capture everything. I'm capturing this stream. Our lives, they're all, you know, they're lived in public these days. Lived in public. Bolt, I think, is afraid we'll make fun of his mile time. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you were him, I don't know if you were him, you would think, you know, it behooves one's own self-confidence to believe that the fastest sprinter in history, you know, much awarded, many medaled individual would be absolutely above and beyond transcendental to any jokes about anything not pertaining to his expertise. You'd think that bequeaths upon a man some impenetrable confidence, you know, all those gold medals and such. You know, though you never know. He ran a 8-minute mile and somebody laughed at him. You know, you ever seen a goddarn with his speed he would run a 2-minute mile? Yeah, I bet he would. Right? I mean, yeah, that's the playground math there, right? That's the you know, the jungle gym mathematics. You know, the one kid with the scientific calculator. Kid gets his TI-83, a graphing calculator, out, and is talking about you know, how fast Bo Jackson could run a mile. You know, I've overheard this conversation as well. With his explosiveness as a running back, you know, it's like if you apply the explosiveness to, you know, that impetus to an entire mile, so he could run a mile in 6.2 seconds or something, right? It's like, man, I don't know. I love that sort of stuff, though. I love that sort of stuff. Usain Bolt could run a 2-minute heart attack. Let's put it that way. He could run a 2-minute massive coronary. Past a certain point, there is a breaking point. I mean, again, I can only speak from the experience of having run a 5-minute mile. I don't know if anyone in the chat right now knows exactly what a 5-minute mile is. It is pretty fast, okay? It is not Olympic at all. It ain't no Prefontaine. It would get me a thumbs up from the craftiest drill sergeant at a military PT test. That's about it. It's not that fast, but Lord, it is so scary. Like, it is so absolutely frightening to run that fast. For me, anyway, like, just absolute visceral amount of I'm not supposed to do this. You know, it's just this feeling of I'm not supposed to do this. I am made of balloon animals and I'm not supposed to even be able to stand up, is what it feels like. There's a certain point where it's just like, man, no. It's like it's very strange. Like the first time you get on a treadmill, has anybody here ever gone into a treadmill and turned it up to 18 kilometers an hour or whatever I was running? I always have it on kilometers. You turn it up the fastest it'll go the first time, where they put you on the one I ran on in my gym in Japan went up to 5-minute mile pace. Right, went up to 5-minute mile pace, which was nice, because you get that. The 16 kmh is or 60 is that's 10 miles. That's a 6-minute mile, right? So like it would go up. I mean, I could crank it even higher. So it would be like you get up to the 10 miles per hour on a treadmill the first time, just to taste it. Right? The very first time you do it. And it's actually very important. You hear a lot of people talk about running. They'll say you got to run on the road, you got to run outside, or you got to run in all sorts of weather. You got to get your cold weather gear. You got to be comfortable running in the rain. You got to be able to run when you're sick. Take your vitamin C. Running is the best thing for a cold. You get a lot of people with a lot of advice about running, and it's all true for the most part, but it's also like all true at different times for different reasons. Though you do have a lot of people say to not run on a treadmill. You should run on a treadmill sometimes, man. The treadmill is an important part of the training regimen. For example, how else are you going to muscle memorize 10 miles per hour, right? How else are you going to do that, right? I mean, you just run on a track as fast. Like your body. I mean, you as an animal are attuned to incline yourself toward comfort, right? So you're going to run at a pace where it's like they tell you to run at a speed where you can comfortably have a conversation with someone, or you can conceive of comfortably conversing with a companion. Just put all the all the K consonants in there, right? To you want to run at that speed. It's what they tell you. That's the speed you have to run at to get a workout, to actually receive a cardiovascular benefit, is to run at a speed just at the cusp of being able to perform a conversation, to be able to talk to somebody about the sports or weather, right? Like that's the speed they say, the rule of thumb. But chances are, as a starting sort of runner, that speed will be very low for you. And when you set the bar, so this is just a for example, when you set the bar somewhere like that, and then you stay sitting on that bar for months or even years in many people's cases, you see that it doesn't actually lead to any progress at all. And then, if you're not making progress, eventually you start, there's a plateau, and then there's eventually you'll just start to experience things such as injuries or problems, or, your fitness just starts to go down. Your body likes being comfortable, but I don't know. There's a sort of effect that happens when you're on almost a treadmill effect, we could call it, when you plateau for too long. So the thing is, if you use a treadmill, you can, and I mean, I hate talking about gamification like it's a good thing, though. You can push your limits very perceptibly. And you can be like, let's see, what does 10 miles per hour feel like? What does 16 kilometers per hour feel like? What does a 6-minute mile feel like? Wow, I've got to slow it back down. I would have to do that for 6 minutes, is what you're now telling yourself. And then when you're out on the street running, you're like, you're just running and you're thinking of what would the number on the treadmill be right now, right? And then eventually that's how you, as I did, one day run 2 5-minute miles back to back. a 9-minute, 58-second 2-mile on a track. On a track. That's how you do that. That's how you do it. And it's just a mixture of regimens. Mixture of regimens. So, yeah, it's all about acquiring ample reference material. That's what it's all about. I'm at the stage in my life where I could be a running coach, but I can't run right now. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to, if ever. Because my lungs got so messed up from that goddamn virus. So messed up. And it sucks. It really sucks. I used to be able to run 5 miles in like 40 minutes pretty reliably every day. I can't run across the street with my dog anymore. It's not good. Lungs got messed up. Lungs got messed up. I hate it. I didn't know I was such a jock. Well, I mean, I play a character in these videos. I don't know how else to put it. I really don't know how else to put it. I'm trying to be a little bit more of the real person, you know, just a little bit more. You know, I'm a guy who drinks 8 of these a day. Is the kind of guy that I am. 8? Yeah, I mean 8 on a good day. 8, that's 2 gallons. This is a liter. Coincidentally, this is number 9 for today. We're on number 9. First 2 are cold. The last 6 are pee-pee warm because they come out of the faucet. You know, people in New York love to complain about how long it takes their water to get hot, whereas our water is boiling right out the blast. You turn it on and it's too hot. You got to turn the cold water on and let it sit for like 10 minutes to get like reasonably, like, you know, like restaurant tap water quality cold water. The water's good. It tastes good, but it's just never cold. I got to leave it in the refrigerator. I leave it in the refrigerator overnight. I try to not drink water after 7 p.m. I try to get it all in there 7 p.m. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work. This is fun talking about running. Do y'all want to see the loafers I bought? Am I staying in NYC for the time being? I've been here 5 years, I mean, I don't, you know, we own this apartment, so consider it a home. Mimsy has returned, everyone.
Did you pick up 2 packages today?
I picked up 3, Jerry.
You picked up all of them?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna tell the person downstairs how you feel.
Oh, okay. What happened? Little Bibby Babbis, he was excited because Mimsy finally came home. He was waiting for her all day. What were we talking about? My loafers? Do you all want to see my loafers? Yeah, I mean, I've not really explained this before, but we quote unquote own this apartment. Mimsy's dad owns it, because it belonged to his grandmother, or his mother, who was Mimsy's grandmother, who died. You know, no offense to her. I mean, it's she was quite old. She was a very nice lady. We kept these. You've seen these Pomeranian paintings, right? The Pomeranian. Oh, they're a little cut off by the camera, but they're, you know, those Pomeranian paintings she painted. So we keep those as a memory of her. They're paintings of Mimsy's childhood dog. I've been over this before. Yeah. So, you know, Mimsy's dad has a couple other apartments. And he was like, "Do you guys want to live here? It doesn't matter." And that's it. We live here. It's nice. It's an incredible situation. Very fortunate that we just get to live here at a low cost. Hence my my inspiration to renovate closets and such, which we're in the middle of. Bibithy's barking. You want to come say hello, Bum Bum?
I'm too disgusting.
No, you're not.
I'm too disgusting. Can you pixelate my face?
Look how good the light is. The light is great. You'll look.
My filth
They
will
can't hear you.
penetrate the light.
Mimsy says her filth will penetrate the light. Can you get me my my Alden shoe bag? I was talking about shoes on the chat here. I ended up talking about running for like an hour.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm just talking about running here. Yeah, I know you can hear her, but she's not on the microphone. So these are my Alden loafers that I bought. This was I thought I would get myself a birthday present every year now that I have a stable employment for the first time in my life, thanks to 4,000 some weirdos. 4,000 weirdos. Only 4 or 5 of whom yell at me or say creepy things, but they do it constantly. If you're one of those guys, come on. Anyway, I bought a pair of. Hide these receipts. My camera is too good that you would see the receipts. I got this this brush for them. So here's here it is. 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 I mean, I haven't worn them yet. I'm gonna be wearing them soon, though. I think you only need to see one of them. This is the shoe. It comes in a plastic bag. I put my foot in here. I'm just kidding. We'll take it out. So this is an Alden 6243, which is a hand-sewn loafer. And I got the shoe trees in there. Snuff suede, Jerry. Snuff suede. My favorite color of suede. And they are wonderful, wonderful shoes. And I always wanted a pair of nice loafers. And I like this light brown. I really want a pair of J.M. Weston Moccasin 180s I've wanted for 20-some years. I'm a big fan of those shoes. I don't know if I'll ever get those. I would have to be like in Europe because they closed the store in the only U.S. location. So these are just beautiful loafers. They are... Anyway, they're very, 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 like, hilariously comfortable. Hilariously comfortable. And these are unlined as well, in case that wasn't clear. They are an unlined loafer. Have never been worn. Leather sole. Big fan of these. Oh, and I got this little brush for brushing the suede, because I don't own anything else that's made out of suede. I was, at a point in my life, I believed that suede shoes were a ridiculous proposition. Suede was I, perhaps by that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry ruins his jacket or walking out in the snow. I, like many other rubes, believed suede was some sort of dainty leather. Whereas it actually is it's a nice leather. These people wouldn't have been had making shoes out of it for hundreds of years if it were not suitable to wearing outside, if it did not have some degree of resilience against elements. Like, they would not have been making shoes out of it. What kind of idiot would make a pair of shoes out of a material that falls apart when a snowflake hits it, right? So, having said that, I do have this Terrago Nano spray to spray on them, which I just haven't done it yet. That's why I haven't worn them yet. That's why I'm still wearing these. Still wearing jeans. It's 96 degrees outside. I'm wearing jeans. I got a COVID test today. I got a COVID test in Central Park. Heck of a thing. They gotta have COVID tests in the Central Park of Grand Theft Auto 6. Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to hilariously skewer coronavirus culture? I really hope not. The more fiction that doesn't reference the coronavirus, the better. I love the idea of TV shows not referencing it, not being about the coronavirus. Anyway. Yeah, those are my shoes.
Why did you get a COVID test today?
Because I might be going outside tomorrow to a thing, and as I told the guy, I was like, can you get me just a really convincing positive result? Because I don't want to go outside tomorrow. I would rather just stay in here. Don't tell me, though. And he's like, oh, well, the results are just going to be what they say they're going to be, what they are. And I'm like, okay, I hope that you just tell me that. And then if it is positive, then, it might not be, but I'll think it's positive. I'm telling this guy, and he's like, all right, man. I think he actually thought it was funny. But who knows? Is there going to be a goddarn... Did Curb Your Enthusiasm dodge the COVID discourse? No, they did COVID. They did a really good Albert Brooks as a COVID hoarder episode. Did you know Albert Brooks was Bob Einstein's brother? His real life name is Albert Einstein. Isn't it's true. That's actually true. So, it's literally no joke. He just, he didn't want to, make his debut in Hollywood as Albert Einstein. So, a little fun fact. Anyway, that was the best COVID-related episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Was the one with Albert Brooks. Just watch that episode. It's pretty good. Love that name, Einstein. I guess, you also, if your last name is Einstein, you're just going to get a lot of people calling you Einstein facetiously, right? All right, Einstein, Hey, Einstein, watch where you're going. It's going to be, if you're constantly of a bumbling sort, people are going to, you're going to wonder how everybody knows your name. You're going to think you're at Cheers all the time. So you either smarten up or go to a different bar. I don't know. Not really sure. Yeah, if your name is Einstein, you're just like, parents are going to be just really mad at you all the time when you're growing up because you're not getting good grades or whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm wearing these jeans in 96-degree weather. That's not responsible, I don't think. They say you gotta sweat on your jeans. You gotta sweat. Man, I was wearing this Bo Jackson shirt this morning while I was sitting at my computer, and I opened up Twitter like once a day just to see what the headlines are. It's such a shame that I get my news from the magnifying glass icon on Twitter, and I saw Bo Jackson was trending, and I was like, oh no, did I jinx him by putting this shirt on? And it turned out he's trending for donating $170,000 to cover funeral expenses for that mass shooting. And I'm like, ah, man, what a dude, man. And it's like he did it because he drove through that town a lot because he had a friend who had a ranch near there or something. And I'm like, man, Bo Jackson hanging out on his friend's ranch in Texas and driving through a town and just thinking, what a cute little town. So many times that years later, he just goes and gives him a bunch of money. What a dude, man. Absolute dude. Just the best. He's my favorite sports dude. It's him and Lewis Hamilton, I think. I like Lewis Hamilton a lot. Guy's legit. Yeah, dude. Anyway, I got some video games maybe. Let me take a look at what I've got. Hold on, give me about 1 second. I'm back. Party's still going. I didn't really go anywhere. It looked like I went somewhere. I've got one of these. You ever see this? Mimsy, are you going to join? What time is it? Is it like 11 o'clock? We'll ask Mimsy about her lunch when she gets over here. I've got a good joke planned for it. So I don't have my headphones on for this whole stream, so I don't know how I sound. When I'm actually playing a video game, the microphone's like this. It's like right here, and I'm just going, oh yeah, this is good. Coming in?
You want me to?
Yes!
Why?
Because you're Jerry.
No, give me a good reason.
You're Mimsy Jerry, that's why.
Good reason.
Just go sit down and join. Also, Bibbity Babbis is here.
He doesn't want to be part of the stream.
Beepus!
He doesn't want to be part of the stream.
There's Bum Bum, everyone.
Don't look at me.
Oh, your microphone's up there if you want to get your microphone. Bum Bum's getting her microphone now. Whole lot is going on here. How much do we love Zabar's? Is there anything Zabar's visible here? We've been to Zabar's once in 5 years. Have you been to Zabar's more than once?
Yeah.
How often?
Yes.
Do you go?
I
Wait,
can't hear myself.
You sure? Is you joking?
I can't
Hold on a
hear
second.
myself.
Hold on a second. Can't hear anything? Oh. How about now?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear myself.
All right. Bum Bum's here, everyone. Say hello, Jerry.
You need to have like an applause thing. That's like making fun of me, and it has to just be sincere applause.
Some people laugh when they're happy, right?
No, it's definitely like a
You don't
make
ever
fun
happy-
of you laugh.
You don't ever happy laugh? You don't ever happy laugh?
No,
you
that
sure?
was me being entertainment. That's different from like it's clear.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that makes sense. Hold on a second. Getting aggressive usage out of the standby music today, I think. Is there some sort of a video game on here we want to play? How about this? Mimsy, you can choose a game from this list with the controller. Don't press any buttons. Choose a game, and just whatever game you think is good, and we'll play it. It has to be you deciding, however. Just don't choose anything that seems like what do you call it? There's a lot of games in here, Lord. I don't want people to know what games are in here. So here's what you do, Mimsy. You choose, just use the D-pad here. Use that D-pad. Don't press any of the buttons because it will immediately launch something. Choose a game and then just tell me how about this one, and I'll say whether I think it's a good game to play or not. I just don't want anyone to know. Just based on the titles alone. There's no box art, no anything. Just based on the titles of these games, which one do you think is a playable? I mean, they're just titles, so it's kind of hard to pick one. I understand if you're not familiar with any of these games. This is a fun exercise, a very fun exercise.
I mean, some of them you've mentioned before.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose I've mentioned some of these games before.
Are those ones that I can't choose?
I mean, it depends on the.
Maybe I should not choose the ones that I have some familiarity with.
Depends on the context of the my having mentioned it, I think.
I mean, some of it I just remember the name. I don't remember anything else.
Oh yeah.
That.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't play any of these games. They're all too cool.
I feel like a lot of these are ones that you have to take a lot of time.
I've got one we could play.
Oh, but it's up to me.
Yeah. It's up to me, says Mimsy. And the word the sure gets a lot of coverage. Can't do that one now.
This one? I can't do this one.
I actually played a bunch of that game last year and then didn't do anything with it. Got a lot of footage of it. If you ever want to see.
What does this even mean?
Oh, that's just a dope game, dude. It's the names in Japanese.
I don't even know what it is.
That's just a.
You have to translate it in English
game.
Because I don't even know what it is.
It's like a sort of a poetic expression. It doesn't really mean anything. It's an action game. With lots of guns. Lots of guns. We're going to need guns. Lots of guns. That's not a line from that game.
I don't want to play this one.
Really?
Why?
I mean, I don't know. I would launch that one.
Or this one.
Oh man, that one's pretty dope as well. But that one might be a little difficult.
Okay, this one.
You're gonna do it? Just go ahead and launch it. Let's do it. Hold on. Where's the?
Oh, I just started it.
Oh, Ooh. Oh, Mimsy is sitting in such a position as to not be visible on her little camera
To
pane.
like sit over here.
I think it's because the camera's been positioned a little bit. Oh, this is wild. Mimsy chose Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is a game that I'm somewhat unfamiliar with. Is that 60 FPS? Oh my god, I'm so ready for this. I put like every 3D platformer I could onto my PlayStation 2. I have the entire PlayStation 2 library on my server at home, and I regularly just kind of slip and slide games onto it. It's that little tiny button, the little tiny mutated tic-tac button. This one right here.
So this is options.
Yeah, it says options now. They changed the name of it. You go ahead and get that memory card. This game looks cool so far. I believe this is like a CD game.
I want to play Zoombinis.
Zoombinis. Anybody in the chat ever play Zoombinis? It's one of Mimsy's favorite treasured memories. Zoombinis.
Let's stream Zoombinis.
Zoom streamies. Ty the Tasmanian. Keep pressing X to get through this trash. Is he gonna have some sort of ostentatious, down under accent, or what? What's he gonna have? Some sort of down underian accent. Oh my god, he is a Tasmanian tiger. That's what they look like. That's exactly what they look like.
With like the strand of hair.
Yeah.
Over the eyes.
And the
angry
countable stripes on his back. And
I gotcha.
shorts. Oh no.
Okay, Ty, I'm in.
Okay.
If you can.
Oh, I love it.
No
I love
offense,
these.
but this game looks like trash.
It's
looks
pre-renders.
like trash.
It's pre-renders, bum. You got to get into you can't. First of all, don't skip nothing, because we're capturing this.
This looks like that Rabbids game. You know.
Rabbids. Oh no, Rabbids has a far
Looks
more
like
of a
that.
far more of leanings toward fine art
What is
in the
that
graphic
main character?
design.
Don't be afraid, Ty.
Is it
His
made
name is
by
Ty.
them?
Nandu Gilly.
What, the Rabbids? No.
Yeah.
Rabbids is made by
Looks
Ubisoft, man.
similar.
You knew the truth.
Wait, I want to hear Ty the Tasmanian Tiger's voice. What do we got?
Years ago, a great battle was fought over the fate of 5 mystic talismans.
Wait, is this guy not speaking in an ostentatious Australian accent? Mystic talismans, the forest. Everybody's all about mystic talismans and like a jungle religion in these 3D platformers from this particular era. It's very interesting. I would use the word interesting. How it's just always mystic talismans and totem poles and whatever. Oh, he's got a boomerang.
You mammals don't deserve to be at the top of the food chain.
This, you mammals don't deserve to be at the top of the food chain.
This intro is like a cartoon.
It's
like
it's interminable.
full
Yeah.
episode.
I don't know about a full episode.
Feels like
I don't know how long of episodes of television shows you
probably the
you
same
enjoy
length
watching.
without the commercials.
I don't know. I think we're like almost a quarter of the way to the length of like a SpongeBob at this point.
SpongeBob episodes are 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think this has been going. The interesting thing
been
is
going 3.5
you're confusing
minutes.
you're confusing pacing. That's not good. You're confusing suboptimal pacing for extreme length, and that impression is enforced by several psychological mechanisms.
You know,
that
that's
just,
like a real bird.
what?
The emu.
Oh, is it? Is that an emu?
I think so.
Which one of those Tasmanian tigers is Ty? Is this a flashback? What is this?
I'm lost.
It's kind of incredible that you know. I mean, you know, I'm sure that the vision in the cave said something very specific that.
You know what this looks like?
But we shouldn't have to pay that much
This
attention.
looks like it's going to advertise me children's cereal. Like I'm waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Casts were trapped in the dreaming.
Cuckoo blocks, they'd be called.
Word grows that Boss
Little
Cass
cubicle,
is seeking the
crunchy cubes.
He must be stopped at all costs.
This voice actor is
It's
a
up to you
one
to
take
find
Charlie
the
here,
talisman
isn't he?
before he does.
It's up to me to save my family.
There we go. That's the accent I was hoping for.
You okay? Maury? Oh, Mike, glad to see you.
Mike, glad to see
You're
you.
never gonna believe what just happened.
What just happened?
I was playing in the forest.
Oh
with
my
the
god,
Browns.
why is his mouth like all the way to the side?
Yeah, he's got a case of terminal DreamWorks face. This is like
It's
the
like
end stage.
so
like end.
creepy.
He's got end stage DreamWorks face, dude.
Do the adventuring, and I'll help
It's no.
I want to meet a platypus.
Ooh,
wow,
that's
that
nice, high
koala
resolution.
is weird.
That koala.
Looks weird.
Remember that child who pointed at Bibby Babbis as Bibby Babbis ran by and
Yeah.
yelled, "Mommy, a koala!"
No, he said it in like an Italian accent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do
Okay,
accents
fine.
unless they're Australian. Action button.
Wow. This game.
down to brass tacks.
Oh, we're gonna get down to. We're talking about brass tacks. So here's the thing that I've noticed in a lot of PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games as I've been goblin burrowing my way through a lot of them. There was a point in video game history where they just could not put you in a
Oh my
game.
god.
There you go. You're here. You're in the game now. So.
Ooh.
Just marking that for myself if I ever use footage of this. It's nice to have a little visual marker.
Oh my god, the camera.
Is it right analog stick?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Can you do a test for me real quick?
What?
Press the analog stick up.
Up.
Okay, press it down. Press it left. Oh, interesting. Okay, can you press the start button to open the menu? Just and go to options. Oh my god, the boomerang is the cursor. Your controls. Okay, go down to there. It says flipped. Okay, so flipped was the default.
I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's nice. Flipped and not. I mean,
Choose
you
your
can do it however you
I don't
feel
know.
comfortable.
I don't know.
Try the other one and then see if you like it.
This is not interesting.
Well, just keep going. No, just let's see if you like it. Go back to normal. Go back.
I'm
Just
pressing the
choose,
0.
Choose back. Choose the back.
Oh
Choose the
my
word.
god, I have to
Lord in
I have
heaven.
to-
Now choose the
I have
word.
to-
Choose the
I
word
have to
back
choose
again.
the back?
Yeah, you choose it.
Oh,
yeah.
it's the triangle. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, now see if that changed. Press up. I don't think you saved the changes. Here, give me the controller real quick. I'm a professional at this particular trash. Oh, weird. I thought you said, hold on. Sorry, I put this on here for specific research purposes. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's... Wow, that's weird. It's 60, it's not 60 FPS, sorry. I thought I was... You know, I'm too high. I thought... Wait. It's not staying. Why? How do I save it? Except, yeah. Is it not saving the controls? Okay,
No,
it's normal now.
normal.
Then what the heck? Oh, man. Is that just for the first person mode? Okay, so... yeah, it is. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is... Okay. Down to look up, down to look up. Okay, hold on. I'm researching a specific thing here, is why I put this game on here. I didn't put it on here to play and have fun. That would be ridiculous.
Did Baby Babbins have his dinner?
He ate lunch and dinner.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, the camera controls are unconfigurable, but the first-person controls are configurable. Whoa! Okay, here you go. You can play Ty the Tasmanian Tiger now. See what's up. Just get in there. Just go forth. Go forth. Journey forth.
Whoa. How did you do the boomerang thing?
The square buttons, the typical button that does stuff in these old PlayStation games. So yeah, these old games have a serious problem of putting you into the action, and it's like even now, it's like you're probably gonna have some NPCs that you have to talk to or whatever. I like this Australian style, this down under style music.
G'day, Julius.
What? Who the heck is Julius?
Koala.
Mommy, a koala!
Ah, yes, death.
You know, koalas are not very smart. So this doesn't
Yeah, I would
make
not
sense.
trust any. I mean, I don't want to sound. I don't want to, stereotype a koala, but I would not trust any a koala's inventions at all.
You old. What's this contraption do?
This contraption is the
He's got like a
key to
gaming
finding the
PC there.
talismans. Why is this?
I don't like this upper class
It's quite
Australian
simple.
accent.
It uses an
I prefer the middle
oscillating
class.
microfeeder to scan for
Or
traces that match the
in a
unique
pinch, a
biometrics
Crocodile
of the
Dundee.
talismans. Like a big
No,
nose
English,
slits
Poindexter.
out. Oh. Ah. And thunder eggs are the key to powering the machine.
I was actually, so I've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently. That's how exciting this game is I want to talk about watching Star Trek recently. And I'm surprised by exactly how many instances there are of, can you give it to me in English? The variants of such a phrase that you hear in all of the Star Trek that I've watched so far.
That, my friends, requires a great deal of energy.
A great deal of energy.
How is Ty here gonna find all these thunder eggs?
Yeah, how is he? I like how that bird is, they got his hands on his belly while he's talking.
I've created these
There's a
portals
bird
to
with a
lead
beer gut.
Ty to
I'm
areas
kind
of
of hungry. I
which
might eat
Of
something
course, they
soon.
were
Drinking too many
flying all over the
Fosters.
place.
You gotta do one level of this game, then we can go. I've already filled this week's stream quota.
The trick will be
We need some
convincing
gameplay of Ty the
all
Tasmanian
Ty's
Tiger.
possessions. But I'm afraid I can't
Like,
help you
this
with
is
that.
just...
If you're as
just
And I mean,
like-
my patience has worn very thin for these PlayStation games in the past couple of months. Like, this is...
No point.
I hate to use this word, but this is a ridiculous amount of exposition to front load your game with, man. Like, they are talking so much. And this was the perfectly normal. It's like if you didn't have this in your game wasn't sophisticated back then. You know, the game itself may very well be delightful, and I'm willing to meet it on its own terms. That barbed wire. It's
It's not
something.
hurting me.
That's because you're not hurling yourself at it viscerally enough. Ew, what is that his attack? He bites? Did you throw it straight up? What did you do?
I just like
Oh, it
threw
bounced. It bounced
straight.
off of
Yeah.
the. Can you
I probably
jump?
have to go to that
Give me a
rainbow
jump. Give me a
thing.
jump, Jerry. There you go. Can you jump twice in the air? Jump, jump. No double jump. Okay,
No
nice.
double jump.
That's good.
I
Press
have
the
to do the
circle.
rainbow thing.
Oh yeah, go to the rainbow thing, Jerry. Oh yeah, get in there. Go into that rainbow hole. Oh, press triangle to enter. You did it.
Oh my god.
Is he drinking? Does he have a
He's
little?
drinking some medicine.
He's got
Some
a little,
Robitussin.
got a little Decavita C or whatever. This Billabong has
What's
got the lot.
Billabong?
God, booze
It's
and the
a-
blowins cop the
It's a
lot.
surf
Am I right?
brand.
Booze and the blowins.
Oh, this looks like a
Mimsy.
real game.
And now we're getting some Banjo Kazooie-ishness here. Kazooie
Oh,
me,
I
Jerry.
hate his mouth. It's so
Yeah.
annoying. It's like,
He's got-
why is it?
He's got like 2 air holes. like
Yeah,
one on each-
exactly. Like they sewed it shut.
And they done sewed it
Like
shut. And
it's so creepy.
they sewed it shut and it growed over. While he's telling us about, see that tree over there? See, Mimsy, if you're making a 3D, first of all, these graphics are nice enough for the time, right? It looks pleasant, right?
Yeah.
You're making a game like this. I don't care if it's 2022, 1999, or 2005. Like, you need to let the player do stuff like right away.
Yeah.
Right?
Like this
Like,
is so boring.
The long CG intro, you walk for 3 seconds, and then you have to listen to
okay,
a middle-aged man bird and a middle-aged man koala with tenure
this is annoying.
speak in their differing, clashing accents in various layers of "Give it to me in English, Poindexter," and then once you get into the level. 3D platformers all about the level as the unit of currency by which we measure the value of a 3D platformer. You get into the level and you have to listen to the guy talk again. Guy to that tree over there. It's like,
Controls.
man,
Oh my god.
it looks ropey. It looks
like,
ropey.
I think they're like I'm gonna change them back.
Let not this wait. I didn't change anything.
Oh, you didn't?
I only changed the first-person view controls.
I'm gonna.
I only changed. You haven't even used the first-person view. That's only for the. I mean, give it a shot though. You know, see what you can do. I just like we didn't have a whole lot of. You know, there's a. Well, you have to use the max limit of the jump probably. That's how. This is how the programmers tested the. You can always tell when the first level was made first.
Hate jumping.
Shigeru Miyamoto has said that you should make your first level last. Or Takashi Tezuka said that. It gets misattributed to Miyamoto by people like me. Said you should make your first level last.
Yay.
Beauty Bottler Bonza?
You know those things that he's collecting? They look evil.
Come on, let's get a move on.
Come on, let's get a move on. I don't like this bird. Oh, and a celebration animation after the expository dialogue. There's a whole lot to take apart here.
The controls
game.
really feel reversed.
I mean, no, that's the camera. Like the right analog stick camera, you cannot calibrate in this game. It was not.
Clobbered.
It was not common at this point in history to have an analog stick direction configurator in the menu. A lot of these games, it's people have their personal preferences.
I regret choosing this game.
Well, you got to get through a level. Those are the rules.
Wait, did I collect all of these?
Interesting trend in video game music at around this point in history as well is they kind of treat it like a sort of elevator atmosphere. It's like the music is not it's not melodic, but it's also not ambient. It's just occupies this middle territory between melody and ambience. It's evocative of a place. You get your little you got your didgeridoos in there. But it just comes across as obnoxious more than anything else.
Oh my god.
Struth. Chopper's Anya? Is that a type of lasagna? Pressing the bite button. Have a go on those crates. Oh, hey, Mimsy, have you noticed that Ty has a right set of choppers on him?
You don't have to remind me.
You did it. You got them all. It's interesting. Have you ever played a 3D platform game before? Mimsy saw me playing a couple yesterday. This.
I mean, you don't. What wasn't? It Takes Two.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my
Was
good
that
joke.
your joke?
No, but you saw me playing a couple. I mean, you haven't played any old like vintage ones,
I
right?
played that Shrek one.
That's not a platformer. That game is a. That's not a platformer. That's a stroke simulator.
Oh no!
Get him!
I'm trying.
Throw the. Oh!
fighting.
Oh! A right set of choppers on him. Can you get that
I want
picnic
this
basket?
Picnic basket.
You Yogi Bear
Am I supposed
now?
to
What's
just
going on?
Bite everything.
Yeah.
That bite does not sound like that's not the right sound effect.
Don't like that sound. I think they picked the wrong track from
Also, it's like there
1,000
should be
cartoon
more
sounds.
like there should be like more of like a visual effect when he bites. It's like too subtle.
Yeah, it's
There
very
should be screen shake
it's very
and particle effects.
very Brit game attack distance in this.
This-
and I know it's from Australia
This
probably.
really
but
feels like it's like a cereal box character,
yeah, I love it.
right?
I love it.
It's
yeah.
like Toucan Sam will probably.
like who would like what mom would dare equip boldness enough to purchase an Australia themed cereal though?
I
That's what I want
honestly
to know.
think that's a really good idea for a game jam.
Choosy moms
Like-
choose Australian cereals.
Like no, like
Like cereal
making
mascot?
games that about like cereal mascots.
Existing ones or invented ones?
Like
Bilby!
oh my god,
This guy
is this
stole
why
your
you
Bilby,
came up with
mates.
that? Is that where you
I
got
love
the
the
name from?
No one messes with my mates.
No one misses with my
Look at
mates.
Billy Babbins.
I love this.
Look
Is
at
this
him.
wait? So is this a video game or is this an Australian accent coach instructional interactive software? Because they're teaching me stuff about no one messes with my mates, and your Bilby blokes, and whatever. Wait, are you able to free that guy from that cage? Why did you
Which
bite that
guy?
guy's balls?
I was
Is that
gonna
how he
bite
died?
everything.
God, I'm gonna bite some food real soon. Is what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
me too. Can I preheat the oven?
You want to get a better look at your surroundings? Just wait.
Whoa, I'm not supposed to even be using the analog
He's just letting you
stick.
know. Camera distance. Oh, there's a camera distance button. What is this?
That's too many buttons for me.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Off our backsides if we wanted to see the world.
Oh yeah. What in Crike's name are you talking
Oh yeah,
about?
this thing.
Yeah, camera distance.
I'm just gonna bite everything.
Usually games are confidently set you with they hook you up with a designed,
Ooh,
a
look at me
curated camera
swim.
distance. Oh, he's a
I'm gonna
bad
die,
swimmer.
I'm gonna die.
God, I would pay to watch this guy drown. I'd pay $5 to
want
watch
me to
this
drown?
watch this character drown. Only if he made visceral, very Australian death yells while
I
while
can't
doing
stand
so.
this game. There's too much pausing.
I don't know if it's true. Anyway, something weird happened, and he ended up with a thunder egg. He just got like a little bit of putting a little exposition on every single pick-upable. I don't know, Jer. It's one thing to game design a collectathon. It's another thing to try to put personality on every last aspect. Past a certain point, the technical joy, the warthog's joy should dominate in a game like this. There should be little to interest the thespian most of the time in a game like this. Typically, you should just be playing these things for the thrills. And if you can manage to squeeze in an affecting story, you get a round of applause. And the approbation of critics.
what?
Okay, so his bite is a chain. That's a geode. His bite chains him to these collectibles. Did you press the bite button to do that?
Yeah. I just.
So his bite magnetizes
Oh my
him toward
gosh!
collectibles, and he
Whoa! It's like auto aim.
Yeah.
The bite just like targeted the enemies.
Yeah, that would have been very, very useful. A hardware generation earlier on some PlayStation games. Speaking from recent experience, let me tell you,
Whoa! I'm like.
it's kind of like Sonic's Dash
gonna
and
eat
Sonic
all the
Adventure 2, where he does eat those wallabies.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat them. Wallabies are so cute.
Can you consume those massive rodents, please?
Oh, I'm gonna go over here.
They are causing problems. They are infesting our children's cribs. I hear that this one couple in Australia woke up and they went into their baby's nursery. Baby was on the floor. Baby was fine, first of all. Don't want to blunt my punchline by making you consider an infant in danger. Baby was perfectly fine. In fact, the baby was laughing. Baby was on the floor, and the couple found a kangaroo in the baby's crib.
You
just
liar.
sleeping
No, I don't
there,
believe you.
wearing a baby bonnet and sucking a pacifier. And it had a baby kangaroo in its pouch also sucking a pacifier. The kangaroos are just trying to replace humans' babies in Australia. So what I'm saying is you need to eat all of them. That's the twist they're going to reveal
really think-
75% of the way through this game. You really think what?
I mean, I feel like koalas are more baby-like.
Koalas are they're right nasty little heckers, I hear, when it comes right down to it. Oh my god, your bilby mate. Wait, did you free the
Can I
first
eat
bilby mate that was
him?
in the cage
Oh, he disappeared.
during the tutorial? God, he's dead. He died into thin air. The poor man. The poor little guy. So wait, why are they called bilbies? I don't like it.
I like it. Is it like Joey?
No, bilby's what I name all my
I know.
RPG protagonists.
Oh, did you see the skeleton?
Are they like
This-
Joeys or are they like Jinjos? I don't understand.
It's a Jinjo.
It's a kind of creature from England. It's a creature indigenous to the United Kingdom. You know, that's one for all the true lore mavens in the chat.
Yes. Yes.
Koala, I thought you was outside banging away on your gamer PC. What are you doing in here? Can you just leave me alone?
Wait, is this koala's name Julius? Because I think Julius is a fitting name for a koala.
Julius Einstein. Cogulacious.
What's that?
Excuse me, Ty. Can you speak out of the front of your mouth, please? We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you when you talk out of your side hole.
15 to be exact. And if you find enough
Dr. Dunn sewed him up.
in Rainbow Cliff,
Sewed him up, and then it growed over.
you're all right.
Sewed him up, it growed over. I guess I have to play
I'm
now.
gonna turn on the oven.
Mimsy's gonna turn on the oven. I'm gonna continue our righteous quest. Doom, 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 doom. This is some Kid Brothers Ableton install. You know, soundtrack here. Oh, I can bite. Oh, he's got. Wow, you see that? Does everybody see this? Did you see this? He's got a right set of choppers on him. I just noticed. Oh my god, I can't deal with. That was my joke about his right set of choppers. If somebody's like, this is Kid Brothers basement PC Ableton install. It's not even GarageBand. He cracked it. Kid Brother knows about computers. He's got a little bit of speed to him. There's various, you know, you kind of look at the 3D platformers of old. This is a genre I'm willing to investigate somewhat deeply because I perceive it as a genre that doesn't really exist. I can go into detail about this later. We got Super Mario 64, but the long and short of it is that Shigeru Miyamoto, he ripped us off by not making a Super Mario 65, and I have very articulate explanations for this. I mean, this game, you know, this game would have been included in a video series elsewhere if we hadn't been playing it on this stream. I'll still include it in that same video series. I'll try not to talk too much about my findings. I'm gonna try to keep it secret. Can I take this cog? Oh, I was supposed to take it? Okay, what? What is it?
Haven't I told you already?
Okay.
Find 15 golden cogs.
Oh, did you hear the word 15 being just inserted in there?
Can make you a new techno ray.
Yeah, it does sound like GarageBand, but this was made well before GarageBand was any kind of, you know, I mean, it does sound like it was made on free software. That's what I'm trying to say. I was kind of joking about it being illegitimately purchased. Is that a punk rock kangaroo? It's like some sort of Dr. Seuss looking kangaroo. God, I can't chill with these inverted horizontal controls on the camera. Past a certain point in history, video games just started to agree. Oh yeah, go ahead and save to my memory card that I picked up that stupid object. Oh man, that sound. Crikey. Hovering between melody and ambience, this music. It's just in that uncanny gray zone. That veil of neutrality. From whence no musician's career can escape once there. You're gonna be selling ringtones. Okay, what does this crab want? What in the serious name? Oh, that was it? That was it? You ever know a person who starts saying, what in the actual, F word instead of just what the F word? And then they never say the F word by itself ever again. It's always the actual F word. Seems like one of those people was involved with this game. So it's like, are you just telling me to not trust any of your words? Any of your nouns that you ever use? Should they lack the qualifier actual? Is that what it is? Are you sure about that's why? Is what I would say to that person. Anyway, there's some sort of that layer. It's a fine gradient to be sure. Mimsy just walking in front of the TV while I'm trying to collect orbs. I'm just kidding. Your interruption is appreciated. What's this lizard want? What you want, bro? He's boxing with me, crike. Oh. He was a boomerang enemy, not a bite enemy. There's boomers and there's bitos. Eat it. Okay, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is pretty good, guys. Because the orbs magnetize. So we're gonna put that down on the clipboard. Video editor, if you're watching, you're gonna need to log all of this. I haven't told you about this project yet. I will eventually. I don't want anybody to know what the project is. I mean, clearly it's something, right? Like, it involves playing every 3D platformer ever made. It's just part of it. I got Doolerangs? Wait, is this a temp power-up, or is this a real one? Am I the Miyamoto Musashi of boomerang slinging? What?
Well, there's no time to sit around and feel all pleased with yourself. You're gonna have to put that new rang to use. You see,
is it a boomerang or a new rang?
I was gonna give you, but a bunch of frills stole it.
They're frills?
To take them all on.
Okay, this actually owns, like, whatever. I'm now at the point where it's like, I've just very strongly am chill with this now. 2 boomerangs really is the game changer. So the boomerang's motion is a little weird in that it just kind of like pops off and then it just comes back when it feels like it, and it's a contextualized cooldown. You know, it's like they give us context for the cooldown. Like, that's neat. Whatever. It's like instead of just you fire your gun and now you gotta fire it. You can fire it again 1.2 seconds later or whatever. It's just, though, by having the boomerang leave the screen into an unseeable location, it just kind of makes me feel like I'm being lied to.
Not half a bad effort for an amateur.
I don't understand how this bird is making all these F sounds without lips. I'll go get that cog. Oh no, can't jump too high from water. That's a croc! Oh my god, I just lambasted that thing. Did you see that? That crocodile got just beat to death. This is a didgeridoo solo as performed by a robot. Oh, come on. His swim is so bad. Did they like watch a reference video of like a real tiger swimming? Man, are Tasmanian tigers extinct like because of this video game, do you think? How do I get that? I love how the challenge is just like, if I could jump slightly higher or longer, I could reach it. Can't collect it with the boomer. I'm gonna do a running jump. If I don't make it, I'm gonna just heck off. I did it! I did it! Someone in the chat was asking if I could jump onto it. I was trying, man. The jump distance is very difficult to gauge in this game. The movement of the character is very linear.
Well, it looks like today wasn't a complete waste of time.
Looks like today wasn't a complete waste of time, says the guy who has absolutely been wasting my time since minute 1.
You know,
You got a whole lot of goddarn gumption.
you're ready for it yet.
Yeah? Well, what's that?
What's with video game birds just being obnoxious and insulting to the main platformer character?
You can use 2 boomerangs to glide long distances.
Wait, are you serious?
How? It's simple, really. You jump, then press and hold.
Oh, I can just jump twice. Okay, finally my dub jump is, my dub J's, unleashed.
See if you can glide across this gap to reach that thunder egg.
I'll take the thunder egg, brud. I'll take it. What did I just fall onto? Oh, that was such a misleading, glide.
Me mate's mate was telling the truth after all.
Alright.
Just as well I didn't call for an ambulance.
What?
Well, lad, you made it through with flying.
These Australian jokes are pretty legit, dude. Like, I'm actually pretty chill.
Here, near the start.
Okay. What's that for?
The racetrack.
I mean, this is, let's not be too mean. This is clearly like a video game for children, right? I'm not playing it because I didn't put this one on the research platter because I expected to really enjoy myself as I would with God of War Ragnarok or whatever. Before anyone asks, I am going to play God of War Ragnarok, but I'm not going to stream that. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to play that by myself, dude. And I'm going to just keep it to myself. Someone says, why did I teleport backwards? I didn't. The bird flew to my location, I believe, is the implication. Alright, let's go in the rainbow. Doing God's work by playing these games for us. It was God's work to make these games. It's just my work to play them. And man, I gotta tell you, they're not super good. However, there's I do have a good time learning the things I'm learning here. This will all feed into something I'm going to say in a video very not soon. This is for a season 4 video, but it's a very, very long. There's a long research process for this particular one. So, oh man, yeah. Wait, the door's open? Oh, you're letting me into the Wallaby's garden now? The Wallaby's garden. Oh, when you're here, your family. Outback Steakhouse. No rules. Just good boys. Shipwrecks? Good frame rate. Walk in the park. Should I walk in the park or should I It says how many seasons in advance are planned out. All of them. All of them. Let's get in here. Let's go into shipwrecks to see what's up. Oh yeah, I'm partial to shipwrecks as well. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, the GBR.
Beautiful fish, friendly natives, and inviting sandy beaches.
I love the Great Barrier Reef. I always wanted to
It's a
visit.
good spot for a swim if you know how.
Oh, do I not know how yet? You got to teach me by telling me about what your mate said about boomerangs. Is there a planned action button finale? Yes. Yes. Hopefully at that point, every customer will be 100% satisfied. We don't need to talk about that right now, though.
Mate, good to see you again.
G'day, Rex. You say
Good day, Rex.
Funny you should say that. Elle went for a bit of a swim out near Danger.
Do I really sleep with the sound of a metronome playing, or is that a joke? I mean, I think my jokes are pretty obvious. I do have a custom-made noise track that I listen to while sleeping, yes.
Anyway, she's an excellent swimmer.
I use
Come home.
Beats Flex earbuds because they have a 12-hour battery life and they're wireless, and I can go to the bathroom in the middle of the night without having to unplug my phone and carry it with me. I have I made an app. I pay my iOS developer license fee yearly. I made an app to play a specific type of sound for myself because I was unsatisfied with all of the
By the way, those boomerangs of
all of
yours
the
won't
binaural
work
beats
underwater.
apps.
But I got a prezi for you that'll fix that.
Okay, can we please just
These
stop
are
talking to me?
aquarangs.
Aquarangs?
Old shipwreck years ago. They cut through water like a hot knife through butter. If you can dive under the water and grab them, well, then they're all yours.
He's a platypus. Lord. So you can tell with these platforms, yeah, this movement is very linear. There's like very little. I used to use the phrase programmery movement, prototypey movement, first pass. It feels very first pass. I've known a lot of programmers in my life who don't mind hearing controls like this described as programmery. And then, you meet the one who takes grave offense to it and says something really, really mean to you. And it's like, oh, I mean, I don't know. I like it as a phrase. It's shorthand for something that I believe a lot of video game developers have experienced. Programmer just means you press a button and your guy just does the thing. There's no friction or fighting or inertia or momentum. I mean, he goes from zero. I mean, he does a little slide to a stop, which is neat. But I think it's just art. I think it's just a visual effect. I don't think there's game design on it. Programmery implies that the programmer implemented a bunch of stuff and then the game designer did not tune it any further. Doesn't mean programmers suck or anything.
The aquarangs work like regular
It just means
but you can only use them underwater.
Okay.
Oh, and one other thing. You're not a fish, mate. So
Yeah,
keep an eye
programmer
on your
art
supply.
is a phrase that we don't get mad at.
Thanks, Rex.
Use the aquarangs
When a
and
game
fish
feels programmery,
It'll open the shark doors
I
so
just
you can
usually
be on your
mean
way.
that I don't think there's a lot of design in the game feel. That's what I mean. Game design is a lot of stuff. We'll get into this at some point in the future in these videos. I'm pretty sure, I'm probably not the only person here right now who knows a thing or two about what game design actually is. It's like putting together IKEA bookshelves. It's like bagging groceries. There's a lot of repetitive stuff, heavy lifting of small numbers. There's a lot of wrangling, wrestling with tools and editors and all of that stuff. There's a lot going on with that particular set of skills. Okay, so this actually is decent swimming controls. Camera's a little weird. So yeah, I just feel like there's very minimal input on game design in some of the basic actions in this game. You'll see a lot of it's not uncommon in games of like this era for there to just be you know, like Shigeru Miyamoto.
Great work, Ty.
I keep saying that Y and thinking it says TV.
With a bit of practice, you'll be a champion swimmer
Champion swimmer just like me. Yeah.
Yeah, beauty.
Wait, what? I'm warped back here?
My good mate. She'll show
This
you
is your
how to
good
make
mate
fight.
with no name? A seahorse?
Ty,
Oh, is this my girlfriend now? Ty's got a girlfriend now, look.
Let's go find Elle.
Whoa, they warped me up on a... They warped me up onto the beach just to meet the seahorse, who's an underwater creature. Who just yelled, "Hey, Ty"? So this actually, like, genuinely has a good look to it. The underwater portion. Out of the way, frilly. I'm gonna get that picnic basket. So it kind of seems like a lot of this, and it's like, I don't, you know, we don't want to sit around and ascribe intentions to persons we don't know. Though it does feel a lot like this video game just kind of came from the desire to, can we make something like Mario 64? And the answer is, well, yes, we just do everything that they do. And that's, you know, thinking of it like an architect or like an interior decorator almost. It's not, there's a difference between that and actually thinking like, I mean, you know, programmers, a lot of programmers call themselves engineers. A lot of people call programmers who don't call themselves engineers. They talk, and it's, you know, there's architecture, there's engineering, there's multiple disciplines required in making, for example, I don't know, a church, right? Making a video game has some different things going on, and it's when a lot of your quote-unquote game design is answering unasked questions with like this thing, you know, that's one thing. So there's in design, it's you know, the auto targeting of this bite attack that snaps to an enemy who's close enough. Design is deciding what exact distance it equals close enough for an attack like that, right? That's game design. It's like you ask the game designer that question. Like, we want this attack to lock on when you're close enough. And then it's like, what does close enough mean? That's somebody's full-time job for like a week to like decide on that. Holy Lord! Why was that so loud? Why are these mines are they sentient? These sentient exploding caltrops? Alright. You know, the lock-on of the boomerang is neat too. You barely need to be facing an enemy to get a lock-on. That feels like that's design. You know? The speed of it, a little programmery.
Careful, Ty.
I feel like a lot of these games that are not the best have too many attacks and animations and just mechanics and movement that's too fast. Fast, flippy, frivolous. And that's a result of just probably they put in a speed. It was too slow. Somebody said double it. Usually this is how this happens in a lot of the AAA scenarios that I have, you know, fly on the wall at, is the movement will just be too slow on first implementation, and then someone says double it, and then the game designer's job is to then, after doubling it, start reducing it by a sliver at a time. A hair here, a speck of sawdust there.
Again to swim.
Press the action button again. There we go.
Nice.
Every time they say action button, I love when they say action button in video games. I'm just always a big fan of the phrase action button, the context-sensitive button. I mean, that's, you know, why I chose that name. It was actually a conversation with my good friend Shinji Mikami that led to me thinking I'm going to call it an action button. The QTEs in Resident Evil 4 were internally referred to as action button events. ABEs, and I always thought that's like the coolest sounding phrase, action button event. So that's where that came from. I was already a fan of it ever since I heard Colonel Campbell say, Snake, press the action button. What is happening with this flippy floppy shark? That great white. More like Great Scott. That guy was giving me a headache. So yeah, like I said, feels like game designer said, double it. And then they said, yeah, that's good. And then you end up with movement that's like this, right? You know, the movement is just like this, and it's too fast. Fast, frivolous. The fast and the frivolous. It feels insignificant. It feels like your motion in the game. Is this shark gonna... These pesky sharks. This is why I never go swimming in Australia. Because of the sharks. They always act like they got something to prove. Holy shnikes, I want to bite you. Oh, you can't bite underwater. So when they say action button, I'm not really sure what the action button is. Is that the bite button? Oh man, I can do sort of a dolphin kick here. Hang on. Did the camera reset me? What did I just ram into? What did I just ram into? Every time I use the word ram, I remember this episode of Peep Show, Season 4, where Sophie's dad thinks his wife is having an affair with the neighbor named Dan. And Sophie's dad says, oh yes, it's Ramadan at his house, and he's no Muslim. And I thought that was just a very funny, like, sort of thing that, like, an old, you know, like, upper middle class British guy who owns a farm would say. Every single time I hear the word ram, kind of limits my ability to watch football games, if you know what I mean. Or, you know, spectate sheep brawls. What are you doing? Man, the insignificance of my attacks, the frivolousness of the attack, of how flippy and fast my boomerang throws are, how gracelessly and inelegantly they home into any enemy. Is this evil corridor the same as the one I traversed before? Or do I wander a new hall in this life? I believe I should end this soon. Mimsy, what does the timer say down in by the red circle in the lower right corner? What does it say? 2 hours and 14 minutes. I think we did pretty good. I think we did. Oh my god, this shark is gonna try to get me. Let me do my little dolphin kick here. Look at that. Halfway to swimming a butterfly. If you ever want to talk about swimming butterfly, we can do that on another stream, everybody. Butterfly's my swim. Yeah, it's my favorite swim. Backstroke is for backstrokers. I'm just kidding. Backstroke's alright. I wouldn't go Olympic with the backstroke, because, you know, people would always ask you what stroke. You'd be like, Susie's boy won a gold medal at the Olympics. They'd be like, oh, what was his stroke? Backstroke. And then they'd be like, the Susie's boy needs to get a job. That's my own, that's basically how that goes. You know, wonderful for him to win the gold medal. That's very impressive. What's his stroke, though? Oh, it's a bilby! Rescuing a bilby. That's how I'm gonna end the stream. That bilby's dancing.
I really like that one.
Yeah, are they unique?
Yeah, the other ones were in purple.
A picnic basket. A little bit of a... Was it like a Martin Backpacker guitar strum? Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. Martin Backpacker. Oops! I think we gotta end this stream. What are you doing, Bib?
He brought his little bear.
He's a good boy. All right, everybody. We're gonna go because I gotta eat dinner. How's everybody like this stream? Shout me out in the chat if you want to know. If you enjoyed. If you didn't, heck you, Jack. If you didn't, go to lunch. If you didn't like it.
I didn't like the video game I chose.
Well,
It sucked.
You made your bed and now you have to lie in it.
I shouldn't have chosen.
Bibby's
this
trying to get in
game.
my Alden bag. No, I had a very good time with this game.
Oh, really?
I was able to learn several
guess my
things.
expectations are higher than yours.
Well, no, it's because you're not. You haven't played like 65 games like this in the last 2 months, looking for very specific examples of things. I have to write all this down, all of the observations about this one. I'll do it later. No, I'll do it now. Hold on. I'll open it up. That's in there. Okay. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Man, is my chat reset again? I don't like this, man. The chat just freezes. Enjoy dinner. Get Bibby on cam, of course. Can we get Bibby up here? I enjoy how you talk about this game like you just digested another research paper. Yeah, dude, that's what these are for me. I mean, I treat these video games like, sort of like you know, like medical journal articles or whatever, where it's like this is the result of someone did a lot of work to make this. There are decisions that were made design-wise, and I think we identified a couple that I theorized were decisions not made, such as, you know, again, the thing I said about character movement being too slow, and a producer type says speed it up, or a game designer type might say speed it up. The game designer type wouldn't just say speed it up, wouldn't suggest it. They would go, oh, just double it. They would tell somebody to double it. Game designers these days would double it themselves and then see if it works. There's a whole lot going on. Game design is interesting. Game design is very fun. It's my favorite thing. I think I'm better at it than I am at making videos about video games. It's just, you know, where does one get the money to do that for a living? On their own terms with serious professionals. All right. He's not on camera. Get him in here. Yes, my boy. Hey, Bib. He was my friend all day today.
That's good.
You're my baby. He ate his lunch, but he would not get away from the door. He would not leave the door, so I had to bring the lunch to the door. So he ate the lunch right in front of the door, yeah. He ate his dinner in the normal place. I like my beautiful baby. I like my dog. Look how happy he is. He's just a sweet little monster. He's my little minion. He's my familiar. All right, Bib. We're going to end the stream now, everybody. Here it comes. He's got Grinch. We call him Grinch wings.
Yeah, he does
It's what we
have
call the
Grinch
little Grinch hairs coming off the side of his arms. I call him Grinch wings. My baby boy has a herfin face, dog lips, and Grinch wings. That's what he's got. He's got those three things. What's the herfin face? You'll know later. He's gonna stop it. He doesn't want the stream to go. He wants to have his treat and watch telly. Now you gotta stop the recording, Bib.